Hi everyone. I've been away from social media for a bit because my dad passed away on March 22nd, Friday, March 22nd, early morning. And, I've been obviously processing the grief and kind of taking that in. At the same time, I've had many almost eye-opening experiences. So basically, he passed away Friday early morning, and my husband was the one who shared this with me. And obviously, it was, it's very shocking for any person, and just kind of taking that information in and trying to process my grief. And if anyone's just stumbling across this video and wondering who I am, my name is Diana Farouk. I'm a psychic medium, and I've been doing mediumship readings and readings for the past about 9 to 10 years. And I've connected a lot of people with their loved ones, but I've never received the clarity and the messages that I started receiving from my dad. So initially, of course, there was a lot of grief when I heard the news early morning, and just kind of soaking it in. I was sitting in my main room and trying to soak it in. It was before the break of dawn. It was dark outside, but I could hear all these blue jays, and I don't know what was with the blue jays. They were making so much noise that morning, and it was snowing the whole day. Anyways, so the reason why I'm making this video is I wanted to share what I have been receiving, because like I said, I've been receiving messages with such clarity. So that evening, when I was lighting my candle and praying next to his, standing and praying to his picture, and I just saw him in my mind's eye going like, Dinah, I passed, and I was like, okay, so I suppose by you saying you passed, you mean you went to the other side and you're in a good space. And then he was all praises for God. He was all praises for God. And he said, the love you feel of God is incredible. And he said, whatever love you have given to God, whether it was through prayer or thought or whatever you did in the world, comes back to you. And so first day, obviously, the only thing I got was I passed, and throughout the day I was getting visions of him meeting people. So I was like, okay, he is meeting people in the spirit realm, and some of the people were his colleagues that I would have never thought of those people in a million years. But he was flashing that those were the images where he was meeting these people. The next day, my husband told me that, let's channel your dad. And I'm like, okay, if he shows up, okay. And I started the channeling, and he immediately showed up, and he was more than happy to share what was happening. I'll just take a sip of my drink. So basically what he showed was, he started with his passing. And I have, like I said, in all these years of doing mediumship reading, I've not received so much clarity in terms of the whole experience of passing. So this is what he showed me. He showed me that he was talking with a colleague. By the way, he passed at work. So he showed me he was talking to his colleague. And then he said, there was like a tunnel on this side, and he said, I looked at the side, and the next thing I know, I'm in the tunnel. He said, I'm in the tunnel. And when I asked him to describe the tunnel, he gave me, he gave me the analogy of a plane boarding bridge. If you're on a plane boarding bridge, you know how it is. It's kind of like a tunnel. That's the example he gave me. But he said, once you are in the tunnel, you cannot go back. And first he saw that tunnel, next thing he is in that tunnel, and then he said that I just kept going, and then there was this light, and there was this incredible light, and you can see all these figures, but you can't see their faces yet, but you can see all these figures standing. And he said, as I went out, it was his mom, his dad, my in-laws, friends and family who have passed over. And he said it was literally, there were so many people coming to meet him, okay? And the first people that meet are the family members that have passed over. And then he met the friends and so on and so forth. And he said, the first thing that I knew was I made it to a good level. I made it. That's the first thing he said to me, that I knew I was in a good space. And then he was just meeting, and he said in earthly days, it would be 2 earthly days that he was just meeting, but he was aware that his next step will be life review. So I said, the guides were telling him that the next step would be life review. So how he explained to me is, your soul knows exactly why you are where you are. He says there's no confusion, there's no question. You know exactly where you are and why you are where you are. He also explained that within what we call heaven, there are realms. I hope I'm able to explain this properly. So where I'm going with this is within heaven, within what we call heaven, there are levels. There are levels in heaven as well, okay? So when I asked him to explain, can you explain in human terms so that I can understand what you're trying to show me? So Spirit uses whatever our experiences and whatever is in it's almost like my brain is like a catalog for Spirit to work with. So if I've gone to a resort, or if I've gone to different parts of the world, they have all that within that catalog to work with, because I know of it, I have that knowledge, I've been to those places. So basically what he showed me was a resort, like when we go to a beach resort, right? And when we go to a beach resort, we get those bands, right? We get those colored bands, and the colored bands almost define, like, this one's the VIP level, or this one's this level, or so he just gave me the analogy. He's not saying that they were bands, and just to make it more understandable, these concepts that were shown, I'm giving the analogy of the resort. So when you are at a resort, and let's say you have a green band, and there are certain privileges that come with the green band, and let's say somebody has a purple band, which is a higher level, and they have more privileges that come with it. So it's like within the realm of heaven, there are levels which is like the spirits know that. I hope I'm explaining this well. The spirits are almost within that level, and they know that they cannot go to another level. He said that he was very aware that there are higher universes. That's the word he used. There are higher universes, but he said, I cannot go in those higher universes. Okay, they are for way more advanced souls. That's what he said. And I said, what about the lower realms? He said, yes, I'm aware that there are lower realms. And he said, there's darkness there. And he just did this. It's like, he just did that. And he said, what he said to me was, souls that people that focus on destroying other people's lives when alive, whether they do it mentally, whether they do it physically, those who try to destroy other people's lives when alive, their focus is to bring destruction in other people's lives. He said they don't even realize that they are actually, in reality, actually destroying their own souls. They are actually corroding their own souls. He said, whatever you are, it's like you have to sit with it. And he gave me the analogy of a recipe, almost like, you know, if you are a cook, you're cooking something in your kitchen, right? Whatever ingredients you put in that dish, you cannot blame the neighbor for ruining that food. You cannot blame your father, your mother, your friend, or anyone that this dish has turned out, whether the dish got burnt or the dish came out delicious, or however it turned out. You are responsible for it because you put the ingredients, you cooked it, you know. So in the same way, he explained in like my mother tongue, he explained that whatever we cook, it's like we have to sit with it. That's our life. Like whatever you create, you have to sit with it. And you know exactly why you are dealing with what you're dealing. There is no blaming God. There is no blaming anyone. You are exactly in the realm where you belong. And he said that the more goodness, the more good deeds your soul has done, there is lightness to the soul. And the more the soul has done bad deeds and focus on destroying others, their soul won't allow them to ascend to the higher realms. That's what he said. The soul will not allow. He also, so it's incredible that when I was channeling, it was literally, a lot was coming through. He showed me in visions. I'm clairaudient, so I could hear him, and I could also see the visions. Sometimes they're like small movie clips, and sometimes they're images that were sent to me. So he said that it's like in everything the energy of God permeates. And he showed me like lush green grass. He said that the land is infinite, like till you can see there's no limit, it's infinite. And he said the grass, like even in the grass you can feel everything has the love of God. The grass has the love of God, the tree has the love of God. And then he said the birds, because he knows I love birds, I will sit by my window and just watch birds, and I feed the birds, and he knows that. So he said that I know you love birds and the birds in heaven. And he flashed me pictures of peacock. You know how the peacock have the feathers that are trailing almost. He said they have incredible colors, and their tails are literally trailing behind. It's like that. And so, and then he explained to me that the first thing that happens when you are there is awareness. He says the awareness automatically expands. You know exactly why you are here. There is a very heightened awareness. And after meeting family and friends and loved ones comes the life review, where your entire life, and he says there's so much details in the life review, from the time that you are born, from the time you are a child, to every event, and why certain choices, you know, from every event, and basically the people you interacted with and what happened. And there is like, he said there is so much clarity and the live review is too, he said even the TV, when we watch a movie, the TV's clarity is not that clear as much as it is in the live review. So anyways, some of the things would just come so fast to me, like a download, and I literally would have to tell him to slow it down, because it's a lot. I need time to even digest. And like I said, exactly how he passed, like I felt with so much clarity, and I could feel the pressure on my heart at that time. And I told him, were you feeling this pressure? And he was like, yeah, physically I was just feeling pressure in my heart, and this is what I was seeing. So he showed me step by step. He flashed pictures of the birds. He flashed pictures of how it was on the other side. He flashed pictures of my grandparents and how, them meeting and things like that. And I am very grateful to him. And, one of the things that he has taught me is almost like to discipline my life more, and I've always been, since I was a child, I loved praying. And meditation is something I've been doing for years now. And he just wanted me to bring more self-discipline in certain areas of my life. And he also showed me where I need to work more and things like that. But this awareness, I really wanted to share this video, because I feel on some level I would do a disservice if I don't share what I have learned through my father. And every day I'm learning more from him, and still soaking in this information and sitting with it. So I think I'm gonna leave this video right here, okay? And I hope this helps, and I will see you later. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.